Welcome back to Easter Matters, and we really appreciate you joining us for this process. Um, we're following Jesus to the week of his Passion, and when Jesus arrived in Jerusalem on Palm Sunday, almost immediately we're ushered into the temple. Um, it's his Father's house, and so he goes there, and when he arrives, the first thing that he does is he cleanses the temple. That's it's the story that you've all heard before, but he goes in and he wants to rid the temple of its impurities. And one of the big problems that was going on in the temple at that time was on the outer courts of the temple. There were men who were uh, money changers, and these money changers were at best taking advantage of people through shady business practices, but at worst they were making a mockery of the whole temple system that God had put in place. And so Jesus saw fit that as soon as he arrived in Jerusalem, he went to the temple to cleanse it of that impurity. He spent multiple days, about 3 days, in the temple teaching, and people were evaluating him in that process. But what's really interesting about this story is that on the day that Jesus went in to cleanse his Father's house, the Jews had been tasked with their own cleansing project, and that is that they were supposed to cleanse their houses of any leaven or leaven products. And this is certainly a throwback to the Exodus and how that they consumed unleavened bread. But beyond that, throughout the Scripture, we see leaven used as an illustration of impurity. You may understand that leaven or yeast will cause a whole lump of dough to rise, and so uh, oftentimes leaven was used as an example of how just a little bit of impurity can ruin something bigger than itself. And so it's interesting to me that on the day that Jewish people were preparing for the Feast of Unleavened Bread by cleansing their houses of impurities, Jesus decides that he needs to go in and cleanse his Father's house of impurities as well. And this is just the first of many Jewish customs that Jesus is going to employ to ultimately explain and teach and bring into reality the new covenant. Um, Today, you will have the opportunity to begin to familiarize yourself with some of those Jewish customs, and even immerse yourself in a virtual tour of the temple. On the activity for today, you have the opportunity to download a free app and take a virtual tour of the temple. Maybe even find those courts where the money changers were set up. Come back tonight, and this text is going to be brought to life by Brother Bobby Hatcher. He'll do a great job. He always does. But again, this is Monday night of Easter Matters, and we hope that you'll be with us tonight and join us for the rest of the week. Thanks.